Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have a female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of February 29th, 2024 and a date of marriage of 2005. She has an at-home MLCer who is a low-energy wallower. This is a follow-up from last week, and she says he is in jeopardy of losing his job as it is prohibited for him to date someone that he supervises. He is intimate at work and he drinks at work with her. He always drank, but it is an entirely different level now. He drinks 2/3 of a 1 3/4 bottle, 1 3/4 liter bottle. He starts drinking at 9 a.m. and on weekends. Neither of us have been in limerence before. They became official on social media. I had asked because he said they became official. She said they became official, I believe, in January of this year. And I asked what that meant. So they became official on social media. It broke my heart finding out. I asked him to leave the home multiple times. So I asked about why he's still there. And so she's asked him to leave the home multiple times. He said he was leaving for over a year, but he hasn't. He cannot afford our household bills by himself, and I can. This is an advantage for you. And obviously a disadvantage for him. But this is a big advantage for you. Okay. He doesn't speak to me at all. They go to a hotel. They haven't been on a real date since maybe January. We have 3 adult children, and only the youngest lives at home. I'm wondering if I should stand because I'm heartbroken. It's definitely taking a toll on me. Yeah, it's taking a big toll on you. I think it would be easier if he left, and you are absolutely correct. It would be easier if he left. But I can't force him out. So that brings me to the next question is why? And I'll go over that in a minute. And then you say clinging boomerang? Because I referenced that though he is an at-home MLCer, I said he is a clinging boomerang. And I'm going to explain that further along in here as well. And you say, you don't think that he's a clinging boomerang because he doesn't speak to me at all. He stays in the basement, he says nasty things, and he blames me for everything. And I understand why you're going to say that. And that might be because there are reasons that when I put what context type is your MLC in the submission form, and I say low energy wallower, oh, that's energy level, sorry. I say, is he a clinging boomerang? Is he a close contactor, so clinging boomerang or a boomerang? Is he a distant type, which would be a vanisher or an off and on? And then the next one is at home. But an at home could be a clinging boomerang or a boomerang, technically. But I don't want you diagnosing those kinds because we really, for many times, we don't know what kind they are until they leave. But I can kind of tell when they're going to be clinging. There are some certain signs, needs for reassurance, certain things they'll say. Other than that, all of the other kinds are just a neutral. But the clinging is a type of boomerang. And the clinging attribute is really about a need for reassurance and almost a bid for connection. So let's talk about that for a moment. The reason that I am saying he's a clinging boomerang. In your original submission, you said that originally he said he would do anything to fix us. And then you said, but that was a lie. But he said he would do anything to fix us. Okay, so he said that. Then you went to Marriage Helpers and you went to one of their workshops. He attended with you. So he agreed to go to a workshop that was for working on your marriage. Okay. Being in the same bed, pretty normal. Doesn't have to mean anything. And even remaining intimate. And that was until November of 2024. A little bit, but doesn't have to be clinging boomerang. Okay. They became official in January of 2025. But in June of this year, 2025, he asked you to work on the marriage. That was the last one. So he specifically said he would like to work on the marriage again. So he came to you, said he wanted to work on the marriage. Those are things where he was trying not to give up. Now, he may not have been emotionally into it. He wasn't emotionally investing in it. But he was saying it. He wasn't even trying to put in the motions. But when you're a limerent, when you're in midlife crisis, you're not really ready for that. So they often will say those things, but they don't know what it takes, and they aren't willing to give what it takes. They think they are. So that's all normal. In the very beginning, an MLCer will have an affair, and they'll either break up really quickly or at some point, or the affair will be discovered, and so they'll say, oh, okay, we'll break up and we'll work on the marriage. Something happens so that they say, okay, I'm going to come home, or I'm still at home and work on a marriage now. And they may really think that's what's going to happen. They don't get it. They don't get that they're limerents, they're addicted, they're going to be pulled back and sucked back into this affair. And so they say, yeah, I'll do anything to fix us. Because in the moments with their broken spouse, they will. They feel that way. And so it's not dishonest. Even though a few moments later, when they call the alienator and they hear her on the phone, they are reassuring the alienator. Oh no. They are pulled by the broken person on whoever it is they're speaking to, because they want to be the good guy. They want to be that knight. But remember, their armor is their armor is tarnished. It's not shining. They're the broken one. Remember that. Okay? But that is why I say he is a clinging boomerang. Sure, MLC is about depression. And especially with men, what covers depression is anger. So he's saying nasty things and he's blaming you. That doesn't mean it's not a clinging boomerang. Doesn't mean he is, but it doesn't mean he's not. Because he's angry. He is angry that he is still there. That the fantasy object of his limerence is out somewhere else, over there, and he's here with you. And so he's going to blame you. It's all because of you. You're the one standing in his way. You are the big, giant object on the path, and he can't get around you. It's your fault. Not really, but that's what it is. He is going to blame you. And you asked him to leave, so we're going to get on to that one. There's a few things about that. So there's two right there that I'm going to go with. You said that you can't force him to leave, I believe it was. Okay, but I can't force him out. So I have a question as to why, and I may know why. Okay. So why are you saying you can't force him out? Is it legal, and does he know that if it is? So in many places, if you're married, you both have ownership of this residence. Hey, he lives here too. He's an owner, and he knows it. You can't make me leave. This is my house. I have every right as much to you as you do to be here. And so two people, War of the Roses, that Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas movie, both lived there, and they, I think, draw taped right down the center of the mansion. There you go. So is that what it is? Or is it some other reason? Is it you feel you can't? Is it you can't do it, but is he aware of it? So I changed the locks. I kicked Chuck out. And sure, if he'd said, no, you can't kick me out, this is my house too, I could have pressed it and said, damn well get. But if he'd gone to the law, I could have been stuck. Sure. And I would have had my hand forced, and maybe I would have had to go to a lawyer and seen what I could do. But it didn't go that far because he wouldn't have imagined taking it that far. So I had the power because he gave me the power. Next, I changed the locks. Because even though he wasn't living there, he still had keys, right? And he could come and go. So finally, and I did not do this early on because I wanted him early in his crisis. I'm standing. I wanted him to feel safe at our house. I wanted him to come there. I worked in the daytime. I wanted him to come see Tiamo, our dog. We didn't have kids yet. And feel safe at our house. Our house, I felt, was what was going to bring him home. So I didn't want to change those. I wanted that. Later on, when he was just coming up anytime, I can come whenever I want. Yeah, I changed those locks. He was trying to come over. Sometimes I'm there. I'm in the shower. Somebody walks in. It's kind of freaky. So I changed the locks, and I remember him trying to get it one time, and the look on his face, it was priceless. And it was empowering. But did I have that legal right? Is what I did illegal? Could I have been arrested? No. I could have just given him a key. And if he'd gone and said, hey, my wife changed the locks, all they would have said was, well, you need to provide him a key, ma'am. Somebody wasn't going to arrest me. It wasn't that kind of thing. So where are you on this? Okay? Because this is the thing, is you might have more rights, you might not, and I would like you to consult with somebody. But next, you are phrasing it above. You say, it broke my heart finding out. This is after they became official on social media. It broke my heart finding out. And then your next phrase, I asked him to leave. No. Why are you asking him? You tell him. You need to leave. If you're going to have another relationship, this is not how we respect ourselves. You are not respecting our marriage, and you have said that you do not want to be in this marriage, then you need to exit it. This house is this part of this marriage. Get out. And then you go pack his bags, and then you put them somewhere, like the front porch. Okay? And then you say, you can go find a motel tonight, or you can go, there's a car right out there, or your parents are down the street. Go. You said you wanted out. Well, then there you go. If you want out, you get out. And you say it firmly. You say it firmly. You can have a soft sort of voice, but it is firm. If he wants to call you a bitch, let him. It's okay. This is your power. You don't ask him. Okay? It's best. I don't like kicking them out, but the reason I don't like kicking them out is I prefer that they make a choice for themselves, because this is their action. And I want people to take their own action. I don't want others to force an action upon a person. Because isn't that what has happened to us? We're having this action of our marriage being taken away from us. And how did that feel? But sometimes it's being forced upon us that we have to force it upon them. Because what he's doing to you is abusive. Cheating is abusive. Saying nasty things to you is abusive. Gaslighting you is abusive. All of that, it's a form of abuse. And it is taking a traumatic and toxic toll on you. And that's not fair, is it? And you need to heal. And it's not happening while he's there, is it? And the person who wants out needs to be the person who gets out. No, I can't promise that's always going to happen. So, I would start with packing his bags. You start with, we discussed that you have wanted out, and therefore you need to get out. If you're not going to get out on your own, I will certainly help you pack at least an overnight bag. And then you don't give him 2 or 3 weeks. He has until tomorrow or 48 hours. It's not a luxury amount of time, not even 1 week, unless like he's gone on a business trip, not a nice vacation with her. Okay. Don't give him this big, cushion of time. Do it. And if you need to, talk to a lawyer. Find out what your rights are. Get yourself protected. And you've said he can't afford a household, the household, your household, and you can. Good for you. You are the one with more power already. He can have an apartment. He can have a shoebox. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to protect yourself. You need to heal, okay? Because it's going to get easier. And yeah, it's going to suck. And you don't have to stand if you don't want to. And right now, I'm going to recommend this for you. I don't want you to make a decision about standing. If you'd like, you could make a decision not to stand. That's your choice. But what I don't want you to do is, I do not want you to make a decision that I am going to stand. I want you to, you can say right now, I am a stander as a grace period that says I have not made a decision. Yes. But in other words, I have made a decision that I am putting that on hold. And it's okay. I'm just waiting to make the decision. It's okay. And to see how things go and how he goes through this. So you're neutral. That's okay. But I don't want you to say, oh yeah, I'm standing this for this. Because look how he's being. It's okay to say that. And if you say, I just want out right now, that's okay too. Because you're not sure. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to say absolutely not. And it's okay to be uncertain. I just don't want you to say, absolutely, I'm certain that I am going to stand. Because no, we don't know what's going to happen, okay? I want you to get yourself out there. I want you to get your life back. I want you to get yourself healed. And that's going to take you time. And he has to go through this crazy time, and midlife crisis lasts. It has been almost 2 years. February 29th, you're at 2 years. And it is a 3 to upwards of 7 year trip. And 3, that's the outliers, okay? We see it. That's why I put it on there, but it is the outliers. So don't expect it. You're looking at, the more norm is the 5 and 7s. Okay? You get yourself healed and you get yourself a life that is about you while he's on his little crazy trip. And you figure it out. Because you're going to enjoy what you have for you. But you have to do it. You have to get him out of there. It doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean it's not. You're going to figure that out, okay? And I know it sucks. I know it does. But what is on the other side of this thing that sucks? It's going to be beautiful if you make it and if you choose it. Okay? There is grace out there. There is. Okay? And it's there for you. So you step up, smile on your face. I know. There's tears in your eyes and smiles on your face. And choose joy. Okay? This is Thanksgiving week, and we're going to have gratitude because you are being given this opportunity to make this beautiful life. You know, I know. What, lemon out of lemonade, all that stuff. Or lemonade out of lemons, But you can do it. And it's going to be amazing. It really is. So, let us know what you can become, okay? And I hope this helps. And keep asking. And I will keep clarifying for you, okay?